was my wife and I's favorite show. I was born in 1954, so I grew up in the 60s. Even though I wasn't in New York, the show had I just had a big connection with the show, just personally, and really enjoyed it.
You're incredible.
Thank you.
I, worked like crazy, but the part was very close to me. It was kind of like my dad and his friends. I knew who this guy was. I couldn't be happier. To be on your favorite TV show, and at the time I was 58 years old, so it was just a great thing to happen. So all of a sudden I found myself working with all these people in the show that I loved, and it was very surreal, but just pure joy.
We weren't expecting you, Don.
I know that, and I apologize. I just wanted to say something that I think these gentlemen from Philip Morris are too polite to say.
And when I read the sides, read the audition, I knew exactly who this guy was. I knew what era he was, his attitude. So there wasn't really a lot of talk about that. But Matt just said at one point, listen, you're the boss of this. You're the new boss. And I said, great. I was very happy. I know exactly how those guys work, what their attitude is, how dismissive they are of any kind of change. So it just kind of clicked. There was not a bunch of talk about who this guy is and what you have to be. It was pretty much in the writing. I just decided things for myself, for my own health. And if that changed, then it changed. He loved his kid. He was, he wasn't playing around with his wife. And he really had very little respect for Don Draper, who he had probably heard about. Before that, he was, a big drinker and fooled around.
Like Lou, I have over 10 years of tobacco experience. Since my first day on Lucky Strike, the government was building a scaffold for your whole industry.
Matt Weiner said to me, I don't understand why everybody hates you. I said, you put these characters together, and here comes Lou, upsetting the apple cart, doing things his way. So I understand why people hated me, but it was pretty passionate. Once the show aired, a woman came up to me. I'm a comedian, so I was doing comedy, and a woman came up to me and grabbed my arm and started squeezing it. She said, leave Peggy alone. And I said, that's fiction. My arm really hurts. The more people hated me, the bigger compliment it is.
What
the hell happened?
Close the door.
I hadn't heard about that.
In my mind, Lou went to Japan. He probably got fired after 12 weeks and opened up a couple of geisha houses, because he was pretty, probably at that time, those guys are a little racist coming out of World War II. But the fact that they bought his cartoon, really pleased him as an artist.
Yeah.
But I had nothing to do with Scout's Honor. I improvised no dialogue. It was all written. It was all done. And so the challenge for me, even in college when I was an actor, is to do the part as written.
Yeah.
And not paraphrase and not throw in my own